Number one, you want to always start with the end in mind. A lot of people make the mistake of just buying a home, adding value to it, adding a profit margin, and then just picking a price that they think they would need to justify the exercise. That's really the wrong way to go about it. What you want to do is you want to figure out what is the after renovation value of this home conservatively in the neighborhood that you're in. So you want to take a look at what comparable homes that have been fixed up are selling for, and then you need to really work your way backwards from there. Factor in everything from how much you're going to spend on the renovation, have a proper budget, how much it's going to cost you in carrying costs, transfer tax, legal fees, real estate fees, yes, realtors have to get paid too, and your profit margin. And when you factor all of those things in, it will leave you with what you have to pay for the property. Now, a very easy rule of thumb is to think 70% of the after reno value should leave you enough, 10% for the budget to do the proper renovation, about 10% for a profit margin, and about 10% for carrying costs and fees. Now, that's a very rough and dirty way of doing it, but it does give you a pretty good idea. If the home's going to be worth $700,000, for example, when it's finished, you want to buy it pretty close to $500,000 at the outset. So it's tough to find these deals, and it's very important that you buy properly. You can't just buy any house, add lipstick to it, and expect to make a profit. This is very, very important. We have a worksheet that we use here at Vantage West just to kind of figure out what we'd have to pay for a property in order to make it profitable for one of our customers. So in this one here, this is actually a property that exists right now that I'm working through with a customer. It's a home on Parkinson. My belief, because it's in an area where most of the homes are 700 plus, is that we can conservatively get 700 for it when it's done. There's going to be about 28,000 in fees when you factor in the real estate commissions. You've got a renovation of 10% of that, so that's 70,000, which we believe is enough to make this home really shine. We use about $25 to $30 a square foot to do a cosmetic renovation. Now, that's not major overhauls. That's your flooring, your paint, your baseboards, your fixtures, that kind of thing. Sometimes you can get a kitchen done for that price too, but if you go $25 to $30 per square foot, you should have a decent budget to cosmetically bring the home into the modern era. So after that, I always want to factor in a decent amount for carrying costs. And assuming we're going to end up owning this house for potentially a whole year, we factor in the interest costs and what the property taxes will be over that period of time. You do have transfer tax and you do have legal fees, and we want to profit that 10% margin. So we've factored in a $70,000 margin. That's a very healthy margin for a project this size. And that leaves us with a buy-it price of $507,500. I also put in here how much cash is required, because that's important to know going in. And with $200,000 in cash required and you make $70,000, that's a 35% return on your equity. So this is a project that is very viable in today's market. There are not a ton of them. They need to be very well scrutinized, and they're little diamonds in the rough. So if this is something that interests you, or it's something that you feel that you have a knack for, we are always open to consulting new folks through this process. And if nothing else, I hope you found this video very helpful. There is a search tool right here on the video blog. And if you're interested in what your home is valued at, what it might sell for in today's market, or perhaps what it's worth that you can borrow some equity against it in order to do one of these projects, you can use our home evaluation tool right here on the blog. Thanks again. We'll see you in a couple weeks.